Hello guys and welcome back to Rising Lords. So for you might be going from episode 6 to episode 7 and it might be no big deal. For me, it has actually been around 3 weeks since I recorded the last episode. The reasoning is I've been prioritising getting the campaign out. So if you haven't actually watched the campaign series and checked it out, I've fully covered it now from the time of recording this I should say. So episodes 1 to 5 cover the first 2 chapters of the game and that is all that is out at the moment. So give it a watch so that when the new chapters come out, hopefully in a few months, you'll then be caught up on all the story. But now I'm coming back to the scenario missions, and I've learned a bit from playing the campaign of how I want to treat it. And I'd already picked up a few little things from just even the first 6 episodes of this. For example, crossbowmen being really, really good. But we've obviously playing as the English in this save, so my longbowmen will, or the bowmen who are now classed as longbowmen, are better. So I want to get a lot of bowmen, and a lot of production up. So we've got our 2 territories of Hull and Leicester, and my main goal was to take on Warwick, wasn't it? Which is where we went a little bit wrong last time and we lost loads of men. What I'm going to do this time is not hold back. I'm going to go in, not with 500 men, I want to go in with about 1,000 men. And a lot of troops who are like, not just like peasants, I mean 1,000 men where most of them are bowmen, spearmen, not swordsmen though, just because of the heavy armour required for swordsmen. I want to prioritise on getting ranged for the bowmen, and then pikes, not spears, sorry, and light armour for the spearmen. Again, we can't get any cavalry because we don't have any horses, and we could buy some in with traders, but not too interested. So before I go off and do this, not a montage, but really I want to try and clamp these episodes down a little bit. So maybe if I record for an hour, I get that to a 30-minute video, because currently it was a lot more of me just talking and not getting as much done, and I'm assuming you find that quite boring. But if you're still watching, maybe you do enjoy that. Yeah, so I want to explain what I'm doing, and then I'll just skip through the rounds and update on the situation. So in Leicester, I'm getting some more dwellings down because they're actually already at our peak. But I do want to continue to grow Leicester massively. We're only getting a quarter tithe here. I want to get the habitats up massively and get major growth, because I want to mine iron here in Leicester. Once I've cleared out this wasteland here, I want to get even more stuff growing. And I'm thinking, instead of getting food growth, go for horses, because horses in this game, that's something else I've experienced from the campaign, is horses are unbelievable. Cavalry and knights are ruthless, like knights especially, 50 knights could one-shot like 150 swordsmen, and swordsmen, remember, are really good. They struggle a bit more against spearmen, but still do a lot of damage, so knights are what I want. The only problem is, obviously, a lot of these engagements are against walled cities, where the knights aren't as effective, but they're not walled enough that they have... Sorry, if we look here at Warwick, it's not actually a walled city, it's just they've got a stone castle. So if we look at Lindsay, for example, it is walled, but they usually have enough men that they actually do come out of the walls, so that's where the knights are useful. So I want to actually get this one into probably horses. We produce our own horses, but yeah, get massive growth here in Leicester. Hull, we're actually underneath, so I do want to get more growth so we can start mining stone, because I want to build defences here in Hull, because I'm worried that, bloody, who is this? The Grim, Lord Robert from Norfolk. He might come and attack me. He's only got a tiny army here, you can see, and from what I've experienced, tiny means that they probably have about 20 men per unit, small about 50 men, medium or whatever the next one up, probably about 100, large would be like 150, 200 men per unit. So that is a really good example. So we can see he's literally only got peasants and it's tiny. So that literally isn't even really an army. That's just a fucking bunch of peasants just wandering around. But that's it. So he must have had a battle and actually lost. And actually, look at this. My goodness. Lord Henry, who's actually our ally. So because he's our ally, we can actually see what he's got. He's got knights, swordsmen, and spearmen, but 180 of them. And he's claimed these 3 territories. So he's actually boxed in. The only way he can go is Bedford, or we'd have to invade Northampton. But we might actually find that we have to deal with him later on as the main antagonist, because I thought it was going to be Lord Robert, because he's the one on aggressive and he's on the hardest difficulty, if I'm mistaken. So he should be the hardest, but actually no, he's been pretty trash. So yeah, I want to try and claim all this bottom side of the map, and then I'll have to deal with these 2. But enough talking, I'm going to crack on and I will update you as the turns go through. We've got one more peasant here in Hull. Simply just put them on to getting some ranged equipment coming through, because we make loads and loads of wood, and the wood is piling in, so I'm happy to have that in. One thing I did notice is I do want some sort of castle, because getting the castle buildings allows you to attach further buildings to the castle. So not only does it give you the it gives you some sort of garrison, I assume. It doesn't mention that, but I'm pretty sure it gives you some sort of garrison. You then also can attach further buildings to it, like a stables or a church, to get extra bonuses. So it is a useful building to have. Here in Leicester, I've got 3 new peasants from finishing the construction of the dwellings. So I've got an extra one on the wasteland, and then 2 storing more wood, because wood is just used in every single building. It's basically using all the equipments. It's using bows, swords, and spears. So using all of that, and you need it for so many farm upgrades and buildings. So yeah, the wood is really, really important. Look at this! Lord Henry's actually got his main army of 500 men marching on Bedford, and Bedford is just a tiny, it's not even got any sort of garrison or anything. It's just a little hamlet. So he's got 500 men, he's going to take that. He's then also got his 176 men on bloody, okay, so the Grim, they've now actually gone to many, and they've got 3 bowmen, spearmen, and peasants. So actually, yeah, there could be a battle here, because Lord Henry, he's actually on the border. He might march in, but he'd obviously get crushed with the garrison included, and it's walled. But so yeah, Lord Henry's actually pushing up here to Bedford. So now my worry is Lord Henry will block us in, because we can take Warwick. But what happens if Lord Henry takes Leicester first? Oh, sorry, not Leicester, Lindsay first, or maybe he even takes out Oxford. And if we look here, what is this guy doing? This guy's out. This guy's actually out. I can actually take him easier than I can take Warwick, because he's got like 1 peasant or 2 peasant and then no one else, and he's got no defences. What is this guy doing? Whereas if we look at Lord Henry, you can see the amount of houses he's got. He's got peasants on all the buildings. The same with Lord Robert. Got peasants everywhere. Lord Robert's actually not doing that good either. But this guy, he hasn't built a single. He must. I don't know what's happened. He's literally done nothing. So we'll take Oxford first before we take Lindsay. But I do want to take Lindsay before Lord Robert does. Or Lord Henry does, sorry. What I'm actually doing here is I'm going to build another smithy in Leicester, so we can make light armor and ranged equipment at the same time, or spears and ranged equipment or whatever at the same time. We produce so much wool, we do need to make light equipment. So we just need to get more growth in these places. So what I've got is a quarter tithe here, which is allowing the happiness to get so high. And I've got the bailiff here, which increases tax by 40%, which is why I'm keeping that double tithe for now. It's not harming our happiness. So I'm just raking in loads of coins, and with that, I can then buy more stuff. So actually, I might come in here and then we can actually store the horses without a castle. So I can't buy horses, but I could buy in light armor. I'm not going to, because again, I've got so much wool. I'd rather just make the light armor myself. And ranged equipment is ridiculously expensive. So I'm going to buy in a load of spears, and I'm going to buy in, let's say, 150 spears or 160 spears, which is a lot of coins, but that's 200 spears we've got. So once we get 200 light armor, we can actually get a nice little force to take on Warwick. Because I remember last time with Warwick, because they got the stone castle, they got like an extra 150 spearmen, they had some cavalry or knights. I think they had 15 knights, and then they had, I think, like 80 crossbowmen or something like that. So we do need about 1,000 men to take them on. But if we have 400, 500 bowmen, we can outsnipe their crossbowmen, instantly taking them out, and then the bowmen will just do so much damage against their spearmen. But we need a lot of spearmen to deal with their cavalry and their own spearmen. Guys, there's been some progress. Lord Henry has claimed Bedford as predicted, but actually, he attacked Lord Robert. So they are actually at war. I didn't know they were at war. He's attacked them. So he's gone down from many to some, but Lord Henry's army here has just disappeared. I have no idea why Lord Henry decided to invade, but now there's competition. I don't think Lord Henry would attack Lindsay, because Lindsay's it's the biggest like fortified town on the server, with not two stone castles. It's got 1 stone castle with a courtyard, but then it's also got a town guard as well. This would be a very, very difficult place to take, which is why I want to wrap around and try and take out Oxford. And what I'll do is I'll leave Lord Henry as my ally until the very end, and then when it's just us two on the server, once everyone else has been wiped out, I'll take him on. Hopefully we'll be able to beat him. Also here in Leicester, we've had the wasteland cleared, so I'm going to get some horses here. I'm only going to put 1 person on it for now, because we get a really, really slow generation of horses. But actually, the sheep here, we need an extra person on them, so we'll get the sheep here. We don't actually have enough for a shed upgrade, We need more wood and stone. The smithy I'm building here, I'm happy to build that at the same rate I'm doing, which is just 1 turn. But horses, getting them in, brilliant. In fact, I'm not bothered with that. So in fact, I could even eat some of the sheep to get me a little bit more happiness, a little bit more growth, which is exactly what I need. Oh, but I do actually need more housing. We're already running out. Okay. I do apologise if you can hear loads of explosions. I assure you I'm not under attack. It is bonfire night, and of course I decided to record about 5 minutes before all the fireworks started to go off. So if you can hear those fireworks, then I'm very, 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 very sorry about that. Some more news, guys. Lord Robert has conquered Suffolk from Lord Henry. So actually, there's a little bit of competition now. Lord Henry and Lord Robert now have the same amount of territories, but Lord Henry is actually marching on Oxford, which is terrible. This is terrible. He's seizing Oxford, which means he then might try and take Warwick as well. In which case, I'll be boxing with 2 territories, and I'll just have to invade Lord Henry because he'll just become too strong. He'll become too strong. He'll wipe out Lord Robert, and then at that point, it'll be just me and him on the server. Me and him in the game, and I won't be able to take him out. So I might have to end my alliance with him. But I need to pick up my military. I'm just not producing stuff quick enough. I've got an extra peasant here in Hull. I'm going to have to put them on crossbow making or range work equipment making, but we're running out of wood there. So I'm going to have to buy in. Oh, but look at the money we've got. We've got loads of cash. So I haven't got any merchants. We've got 2 beggars here. Oh, that is not good at all. I'm going to take off some wood there. No, I won't take off all the wood, but I'll take off some wood there. Get that in. That's the best I can do. When a merchant appears, I will buy in loads of wood. We've got loads of coin. I'm just thinking though, do we have enough? No, we don't even have any. I was gonna say with 200 spearmen and an extra 240 bowmen, could we take them out? And I don't think we can. I don't want to go in and lose all our troops again to Warwick. So I need to go in big. But we actually have the Saxon macemen. But then again, even I don't have enough light armor, and if we got them in, I'd be losing loads of money per turn, so I can't afford that. And that is also with the bailiff still. So once the bailiff goes, I'd be losing too much money per turn. So I do just need to hold on at the rate that I'm going currently. Ah, this is really troublesome. So Lord Henry has now defeated Oxford and completely wiped them out. So he now owns the whole bottom part of the map. That leaves us 3 players in this match. Lord Robert now then can try and take out some of other cities. But look how good Lord Henry's been. He's got a castle in his main city. He's got a castle in that city. Obviously nothing in Higgs, he's just taken that. But I need to get some castles and stuff in my cities because I'm really, really running out of stuff if I get attacked. In terms of equipment, I've got 250 bows. I think that's enough. I'm going to go to light armor. And then you can upgrade the smithy, which is something I will do later on. But yeah, the light armor 90 per turn. That is enough then that I can get 200 spears in actually only 3 turns. We've also hit 100 happiness here in Leicester. So I can actually go to a normal tithe, get a bit more money in, and then that way my happiness, the amount of beggars I'm going to get isn't going to be through the roof. Because this smithy's only going to leave us 250, so we actually still need hundreds of housing more. We've also lost the bailiff here in Hull, so I'm actually going to reduce the amount of tithe from double to normal. That gives us more happiness, which means more growth, so we can get to this 4,500 limit and get way more people here in Hull. In Leicester, got rid of 1 beggar. I'm going to get, I don't have wood though, do we? So I'm going to get 3 people on the sawmill. So we're getting a nice bit of wood. And then I'm going to get more bows again. So again, reducing some of that wood limit. But we do need more bows. Because bows, again, just mean we can get people straight up, which is good. Lord Henry has also raised 311 men here. But they're almost all peasants. You can see he just wants to put up some sort of fight against Lord Robert the Grim. But yeah, they're all peasants, apart from this 1 archer here, so they probably will be smashed. But Lord Henry isn't strong enough to take on Warwick, so I can try and get Warwick from him, which puts me in the game with 3 territories. I then have enough to build up more money and more equipment to take on Lord Henry in the long run, and then Lord Robert soon, because I could try and steal Northampton from Lord Robert. Okay, look at this. Legendary hunter. Stories of wild beasts in your county have attracted a famous hunter who is now at your service. I have no idea what that means. Do we just get like a little unit here that... Yeah. The hunter can hunt animals and keep them out of the region. So I think what it means is he lasts for 7 turns, I assume. But if any animals spawn on one of our plots of land, we can actually put him down. I assume that's what it means. And conquered. Okay, so Lord Henry's army here has been split off from his capital, and now Lord Robert's coming in. Oh my god, guys, this is crazy. This is crazy stuff. So Lord Robert has suddenly sniped Lord Henry's well, very, very mid-army, but he's taken Suffolk and Bedford now. This is going all over the place. We might find that Lord Henry just gets wiped out, and he loses his capital and everything, and then it would be me versus Lord Robert, which would be devastating. So, oh, this is really, really tough. We need to get Warwick soon. And Lord Henry's on the border with Warwick. Well, assuming that the garrison is fully recovered by now, there's no way with 176 men he can take it, because we had, I think, 400 men. And we still didn't manage to take it, so there's no way you can take it with 176 when you don't have any knights or anything like that. Okay, so we can see here, guys, we lost a large amount of tax, which is really annoying, but that's not my main concern. Lord Henry lost the battle, he lost all his men. Now have to create a new army of just peasants, and Lord Robert's army is coming in to take him on, but Lord Henry will have the garrison of Oxford, which is very, very small, but should be at least about 115 men, or maybe 100 men or something like that. So, seeming his army's small, he might be able to take him on, or it might be that Lord Henry gets wiped here. Oxford's gone. Oh god, this is difficult stuff. So, we've now got loads of light armor. So I'm going to switch over to spears, where we get 90. So then we can get 270 spearmen, we can get 300 new bowmen, we need to whip up Warwick immediately. Then, if Lord Robert takes Oxford, I'm going to have to declare war on Lord Robert and instantly take Oxford from him, which then leaves Northampton as like this point in. So what I'm going to have to do is get a town guard, which is iron and stone. I'm going to take one of these off, put them on stone mining, and then here in Hull, we need the wood for a dwelling, which we can get here. So I'm going to have to take you off to start making that, you off to start making that, so we can get that in 2 turns. That's going to free up some beggars for us, so we can get more wood and stuff like that. But I actually think next turn, once we get the 60 spears, we raise the army of 270 light armor. Oh, sorry, we'll be 260 spearmen, 300 bowmen, and I think we just have to go for Warwick. And if we lose then, that might actually be game over for us, guys. Okay, guys, so bad news. Lord Robert has taken Oxford. I don't know how many casualties he took, but it must be a lot. But we can't see Oxford anymore. He definitely does not have enough men to take on Warwick. But that leaves Lord Henry with just 2 spaces. That's how quick the game has turned from Lord Henry having control of all of these 2, plus this one. Now Lord Robert coming in and just nipping all these little territories back because the garrisons are just empty. Absolutely devastating stuff. So I don't know if I have enough. Even I know I said just a moment ago that I had 260, 270 plus 300, but I don't know if that is enough. But I do think 350 bowmen. We've already got 50 spearmen, so another 260 spearmen. Plus I can get 400 peasants just to be safe. That's gotta be enough. I can't think we need any more than that. So that is what I'm gonna do. Because we've got so many beggars here in Leicester, we are gonna get the house next turn, but that we still will have some beggars. So I'm going to form my army now, guys. So look at this. I can actually get 50 cavalry, because cavalry is just horses and spears. I thought cavalry also needed to use light armor, to be honest with you. They don't, they're only horses and spears. So I could get 50 cavalry, because Warwick isn't a walled city. It has a stone castle, which means that any unit in that stone castle gets the structure defense, but it doesn't actually have walls. So I'm actually going to get 50 cavalry. You can see here they do amazing damage against swordsmen, amazing damage against bowmen, just not very good damage against spearmen. But, if I remember quickly from last time, They had a lot of archers, a lot of bowmen. Sorry, a lot of archers, a lot of crossbowmen, and they did have some good amount of swordsmen. They always obviously have spearmen, but 50 cavalry means I can try and avoid their spearmen and then just flank all the way around to take on their archers. And actually, it's only used up 50 spears, but these are much better than spearmen. So I'm going to get them. I'm going to get here 73. This would be 73 pikemen, spearmen, sorry. You can see though, they're level 2, so just at this level, I keep them at level 2, which means that they are slightly better. They've got like the van braces, whereas if we get to level 2 spearmen here, you can see they haven't got the chainmail coif, they haven't got the like extra padded gambeson here on their arms, so level 2 is just slightly better. So I'm going to get the other. I have to see, how many bowmen do I have? I have 200 bowmen. I could get crossbowmen as well. Crossbowmen do really, really good against everyone, except knights and cavalry. Whereas, bows don't do very much damage against spearmen or swordsmen. But the crossbowmen actually do the opposite, where they do more damage against spearmen and swordsmen. So I actually, again, think 60 crossbowmen. Oh, no, actually, no. The reason I'm not going to say that is because, again, I'm going to use my archers to counter-snipe. I actually think the spearmen will be better. I'll go them. Already got the max spearmen. Oh, no, we need to get them. Because actually, yeah, we had 60... Okay, that puts me in a little bit of a pickle, because that means then if I want to get the crossbowmen, which I do, I can take down these guys by 60. However many I need to get these guys, and then go up like this. So yeah, I've got that. I've got my 2 archers, and then I've got my crossbowmen. But now, is that enough? Just 3 melee units. Well, these are melee units, obviously, but these aren't going to be front line. They're going to be flanking. I think it is. And I think I just have to up these guys to 300 men so they last a little bit longer. That's taken us down all the way from 100 happiness to 50, but that's actually not too bad. We've got so much happiness to start with. It's taken us all the way down from 3,500 to 2,500, but we've again already got some beggars, so it's not a major issue. Money-wise, absolutely fine. And then card-wise, got a little bit of XP, so I'm going to get... I'm not going to get anything. There's no cards I can actually afford that I like the look of. Well, yeah, none that I can really afford apart from like shields up. We don't have any swordsmen, so I'm going to stick with that. No new cards. And I'm going to get this massive army. And how many men is this? Let's have a look. Just under 1,000. But actually, it's a lot of non-peasants. So this is a pretty decent army. Definitely the best army on the map. But that's only because the only army left is Lord Robert's tiny army. But let's march to Warwick. So we can see Lord Robert's army, the Grim, here. They're still small, so they obviously have recovered some men. I still think we'll be bigger than them once we've taken over Warwick. And there's no way he's marching on Lindsay. I don't believe it. There's no way he is. But he's on their border. That is just ridiculous. If he does, then that's just the army gone, which is very sad from the AI, because we know a town guard gives, I think, 100 spearmen, and a stone castle gives, like, as I said before, 15 knights, 60 crossbowmen, 100 spearmen, something like that. So we know that the army from the garrison from those 2 buildings alone is enough to beat this army. And then they'll get just the normal town centre garrison as well. So yeah, he's absolutely screwed if he tries that. But we should hopefully take on Warwick. To battle! So guys, I want to put my archers down first in the plain so they get the structure bonus. We actually get to place another unit before they do. So let's get my spearmen here forested. Actually, no, we'll put... Because remember, they've got knights, so we'll put my spearmen on the road so the knights have to engage with these spearmen. 50 bowmen. They're going to get absolutely whooped, guys. We'll get these 50 bowmen here just behind the spearmen. 8 knights. I think that they must have taken a massive hit to the garrison from when Lord Henry tried to take them on. Guys... There's me getting all this army. Look at this. They're absolutely... We've got more spearmen than they have peasants. This is just pathetic. This is really pathetic. And then we've got my cavalry back here. Oh, this is really pathetic. The only good thing they have, though, is 70 crossbowmen. They're all the way back here. I can wipe clean this floor and then just simply have my cavalry come and attack them. Saying that, though, I don't know if the stone castle counts as walls, which means I need to breach. And if it does, that will make it difficult for me to attack these crossbowmen, but I should still wreck them. So, cards, I'm going to get rid of trap. I'm going to reject these cards. Oh, I didn't know you actually get one less if you reject them, but these are better cards anyway, so I'll click accept. The first shot on my main guy, 7 men lost, but I could come in and I could come in one shot their knights. I'm not going to yet because I want to engage their men first, but I'm actually thinking, I don't actually know because I'm worried their spearmen are going to come in and just try and take out my crossbowmen instantly. I think I'm going to delay these guys. So actually their knights are. Okay, that's annoying. That's their peasants dead here already. My archers can one-shot their peasants or their own archers. That's actually a dummy. Oh, God. Okay, that's annoying. I'm going to actually start using some of my cards. I don't know why I didn't use them last time. So I'm going to go first strike on my main guys. So anyone who attacks him, they just get first strike and they win. Pavis on both of my archers. Because I think these crossbowmen are going to be taken out by the knights anyway, to be honest with you. And then targets 2 retaliations, I'm going to say these guys again. So anyone who attacks this main 184 will just get annihilated. Now we can't actually move. So I'm just going to entrench. I'm going to kill these peasants here to open up a bit of space for my cavalry to move in through. And then also just hit them for morale penalty. And then look at this. 25 losses. We've taken 2 losses. So we've already wiped out all their units, basically. They're all gone. Got my crossbowmen here. I'm just going to snipe their spearmen because we can only melee attack their knights. And their crossbowmen are out of range here. So that's the thing. So they put them all the way back here for safety. But then they haven't been able to do anything all this time. So it's really quite useless. And if we look here... they get first strike. That's nasty. But we've still got so many peasants that actually our peasants beat their knights. I'm going to snipe out their archers. It's them dead. Brilliant. I can now try and focus on taking out their spearmen here. Them. Yeah, I can't finish off those knights yet. So I'm going to finish off their spearmen. That should be them dead. Because they might even just flee soon. My spearmen should hopefully one-shot these guys. Brilliant, that's them. Their knight's dead. Now we just march on them. Now we march on them, guys. Their crossbowmen are going to be annoying. But, yeah, they might even do... Let's see the damage. Let's see the damage. 14. Like, oof. Quite a lot, isn't it? It's quite... And that's on a hill as well, so I think we get a little bit of range defense. So it is pretty nasty. I'm going to leave my peasants back, though, because peasants will take so much damage from the enemy. So I'd rather keep them just safe. And then archers I'll move up. The archers have got Pavises, so they won't take as much damage. That's actually their capital structure for this, so I actually have to take this one. So I'm going to go in the forest next to them, so they can't actually snipe these guys. They have to melee attack them. Move my crossbowmen into the structure, so they get the plus 50% range defense. Ooh, 11 knights dead. Now, this is where the cavalry shine. 50 kills on them, where they'd already taken 11 losses. And then I'm going to finish them off with these archers. Actually, I'm not going to finish them off. So, they've literally got no morale left. Here we go. This is their last unit dead, and that's a victory for us, guys. Brilliant stuff. 433 gold, a little bit of equipment back. But I don't think we even lost that many men. We can... Oh, I just skip past the screen, didn't I, where we check. But we actually I can check here. We started with 984 men, I believe. So we've lost about 70 men. What is this, though? Why? Oh, okay. So that's a feature I did not know about. That seems pretty important, I can't lie. So, when you take on a tile, if the tile has a stone castle or a wooden, I assume a wooden castle is the same. If you take that on, you have to then also siege the enemy's keep, which you can see here. We have the besiegement camp setting up here. So we actually siege this keep to get it. So that's interesting. I don't know how many men they'll get. They might actually get a whole new army, which would be very annoying. I'll actually go from light armor and spears because we didn't actually have enough iron to get the spears, so we weren't really doing anything. So with light armor, we're now a bit more effective. And then from the quarry, I'm going to still keep because I want to get a town guard building soon. Then we actually have a merchant. So what do I need for a town guard? Because I am worried about Lord Robert. Like, look at him here, he's on my border. So Lord Robert's back and a town guard needs 88 iron and a little bit of stone. So 88 iron's pretty cheap. Let's get 100 iron, 88 stone. We'll get stone's pretty damn expensive at 8, so get a little bit there. Horses, buying not 100. We'll buy in 20 horses just so we breed a little bit quicker. Buying 50 actually. And then equipment wise, I think I'll buy in some more spears because again we don't have any iron. So let's buy in 200 spears just in case we do get attacked. We'll hopefully have enough spears that by that point we'll have enough light armor as well. But then town guard, it does take 6 days to build. What I'm going to do is build it now. I'm actually going to place it up here. Town guard up here. And then I'm going to move one of my quarry workers over to it. And actually my forestry worker, because getting that within 3 turns might actually be too late if he decides to attack us now. But he's got many and he's going to go for Lord. I'm actually generally very worried that he wipes out Lord Henry. Because Lord Henry hasn't even built an extra army and he might not have enough money. It's devastating. No, guys, it's actually quite the opposite. It's quite the opposite. He's actually coming for us. He's actually coming for us, so he's on our border. Okay. So, that would be so I knew that town guard then in 3 turns. Well, actually, I need it in 1 turn now. So this is devastating because I don't actually have. He's got many. I don't have enough. I don't have enough men to take on. I am obviously going to get Warwick here. So by seizing Warwick, I've at least got 2 counties to fall back on. And by him coming for me, hopefully give Lord Henry, my ally, a little bit of time to pick at him. I can then also, with my main army, come and immediately take Oxford and Bedford and go for these because I know I'll one-shot these places because I obviously, the garrison's going to be very low and they don't have a stone castle, so I don't have to waste 2 turns on them. But that is, ooh, that's pretty nasty. But guys, I'm going to end this episode here. It's been quite a long one already. In the next episode, we will siege Warwick's castle, which we can actually see they can only spawn around. Okay, so siege Warwick's castle, get Warwick. We will then fend off Hull from a horrendous Lord Robert attack, and we will try and then whether we win in the Battle of Hull or we lose, it doesn't matter. I'm going to try and take Oxford and Bedford from Lord Robert, and we'll need to go in full attack mode and build up massive armies and spend lots of money. So yeah guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please leave it a like. If you're enjoying the Rising Lord series as a whole, then please consider subscribing to the channel because it shows to me that then there are people who are genuinely interested in this series and I'd love to then continue it and do more in the future. And finally, I have got a Discord. If you want to give me any ideas, you want to give me feedback, or just want to be more part of the community, then the link for that is in the description. Please come down and say hi. So thanks a lot guys, and I'll see you in the next episode.